Good morning. Welcome. As we prepare to settle into the silence together, I invite you now to close your eyes. Place your feet flat on the floor and tune in to the rise and fall of your breath, slowing down. And as you relax into this present moment, any worries or concerns melt away. Each breath fills your body and mind with a deep sense of peace. Imagine this feeling of peace as a soft, warm, golden light, radiating out from your heart center, glowing and expanding to reach every cell of your body. From your toes to your fingers to the top of your head, you are filled with the cleansing, purifying light of peace and serenity. And you see this glow of peace expanding beyond your body, radiating out so that it reaches everyone you encounter, blessing them with the light of peace, this divine peace that lives within you, that is you, that carries you through every moment, expressing through you and as you, now and always. As the sacred time in the silence comes to a close, we remain open, receptive, and thankful for the constant presence and movement of the divine within and around us. We welcome our church family into our celebration service. We know that divine grace and love greets and enfolds everyone here today, both inside and outside our building. We bless and are grateful for everyone serving today. And so it is. Amen.
At this table, everybody's welcome. At this table, everyone is seen. At this table, everybody matters. No one falls between. At this table, you can say whatever. At this table, you can speak your mind. At this table, everything's forgiven. There's enough for everyone. So come as you are. Remember that the door is always open. Yes, come as you are. The perfect gift that you could bring is your heart. So come as you are.
I invite you to let your feet be grounded. Let your body relax in this moment. Take a deep breath. Release it. Take another breath and let it go. I know that there is one divine presence, a source of love, wisdom, and power. This presence flows through all of life, including me, sustaining and strengthening me in every moment. I affirm that I am strong, but not by my effort alone, but through the infinite power that moves through me. In times of challenge, I lean into the divine strength, knowing that I am never alone. I am guided, uplifted, and supported by the presence of Spirit within me. I release all fear and doubt, embracing courage, resilience, and peace. Whatever comes my way, I meet it with grace, wisdom, and the certainty that all things are unfolding for my highest good. I give thanks for the unwavering strength that is always available to me. I trust and I step forward with confidence, knowing that all is well. And so it is.
So come as you are. remember that the door is always open. Yes, come as you are. The perfect gift that you could bring is your heart. So come as you are. Come as you are. At this table, everyone is welcome. At this table, everybody cares. At this table, everybody matters. So come pull up a chair. Good morning, Unity in Lynnwood. Welcome. Would you please help me in welcoming our youth today as they're coming in? If you'd like to sing along with our Youth Unity Blessing. We thank you for your love. We thank you for your kindness. We see the light within you. Cherish your presence. We thank you for your love. We thank you for your kindness. We see the light within you. Cherish your presence. And so it is. And so it is in love.
Good morning. Happy Youth Sunday. Did you all know that it's Comic-Con weekend? The kids knew. So maybe Ian didn't find out until today, so we're going to make sure that these two know that it's Comic-Con weekend early next year. So you'll notice that we don't have a lot of the kids. They're all at Comic-Con. So we are still doing Youth Sunday, and we have some fun. We're going to celebrate St. Patrick's Day early, so we have some fun things for hospitality. And then I just have one quick little announcement, and that is if you have a high schooler age 14 to 18 that would like to go to one of our retreats, we have Rally coming up April 25th through the 27th, and write me for more information. It's a super fun time, and I'm hopeful that all of the UIL teens will go. So please come see us in Friendship Hall after the service, and all the love offerings in Friendship Hall go to the youth, which helps do things like the lock-in that we talked about a couple of weeks ago, where they were all here, and the upcoming rally. And so we really are grateful for any and all support. Thank you. And please rise as you're able. And greet your neighbors. Greet your neighbors. Oh, but youth blessing.
In this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when I feel I've lost my way, when I go inside and I quiet my mind, I hear spirits say, there is only love. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. Please join me in our sing-along if you'd like. We're going to do We Let the Love. And I'll cue some different words as we go. Hi. We let the love, I love it, wash over us. We let it be. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. Let's let the joy. We let the joy wash over us. We let it be. Let's let the peace. We let the peace wash over us. We let it be. Let's let the love one more time. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. Beautiful. Good morning. Thank you.
That was fabulous. I love it. Well, it's wonderful to see you. Good morning and welcome to Unity in Lynnwood. I'm Frances Johnson and I am honored to be your platform host. I'm glad to see you set your clocks forward and are here. Yay. I'll be ready for a nap at 3. You may be a first-time visitor or a longtime member of our spiritual community. We are so grateful for your presence in the sanctuary and everyone joining us online. Good news! Only 11 days until spring. I'm excited about the change of seasons and warm days coming soon. I love watching the beauty of flowers peeking through the ground, giving you a glimpse of what will come. I see hyacinths, crocuses, miniature daffodils, muscari, and tulips as I walk through my neighborhood. I see their divine appearance, and it brings me joy. For a few moments, I feel energized by the magnificent colors that they are about to explode. I see the masterpiece of God's creativity. They are all different, diverse, and special. Unity in Lynnwood welcomes diversity and welcomes you with open arms, embracing the divine spark within each of you. Here, we come together as a family united in love, understanding, and the pursuit of spiritual growth. In this sacred space, all are seen, valued, and cherished, just as you are, and want you to grow to your highest height. We believe in the power of love, prayer, and spiritual understanding to transform lives. We honor the divinity within each individual and embrace people of all faiths, backgrounds, and races. We are inclusive, empathetic, and accepting of all genders, sexual orientations, and lifestyles. And I'll leave you with a passage from In the Garden on this first Sunday of Lent. As we bless and acknowledge the full scope of our gardening plan, we see that every plant, every flower, and even the spaces between them holds a purpose. By tending to our inner garden with love and care, we prepare the ground for an abundant and blooming life. With a deep faith, we know that the essence of our being is love. And through this love, we cultivate a garden that is ever ready to flourish. Welcome to Unity in Lynnwood.
Sometimes your life feels like a broken roller coaster, 1,000 useless moving parts. Sometimes you spend your nights too scared of getting closer, hiding out in the backseat of your car. You tell yourself it's raining, the clouds are in your head. You tell yourself it's better to jump before you fall again, before you lose it all again. Look up, do you see the sunlight? Look up, there's flowers in your hair. Hold on, 'cause somebody loves you. You know trouble's always gonna be there. Don't let it bring you to your knees, yeah, look up. Mondays aren't always bright, some days you lose the fight, but life can be beautiful if you let it be. Tomorrow keeps taunting you with all kinds of mystery, a blank page for your poetry if you let it be. But don't tell yourself it's raining, the clouds are in your head. You tell yourself it's better to jump before you fall again, before you lose it all again. Look up, do you see the sunlight? Look up, there's flowers in your hair. Hold on, 'cause somebody loves you. You know trouble's always gonna be there. Don't let it bring you to your knees, yeah, look up. Sometimes your life feels like a broken roller coaster, 1,000 useless moving parts. Look up, do you see the sunlight? Look up, there's flowers in your hair. Hold on, 'cause somebody loves you. You know trouble's always gonna be there. Don't let it bring you to your knees, yeah, look up. Trouble's always gonna be there, look up. Don't let it bring you to your knees, look up.
Thank you. Are we blessed to have Kelly Ash in the house? Good morning, good morning. I'm Jennifer Lovejoy, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to Unity in Lynnwood, along with Francis's beautiful welcome. So just so great to see everybody here in the sanctuary and our folks online. I will say I was kind of amused to see that the Daily Word this morning was awake. I wasn't feeling particularly awake at that moment with the time change, and I thought, oh, those folks back at Daily Word Publishing have a little ironic sense of humor, don't they? So Anyway, that was lovely. And it's our first Sunday of Lent, so we are moving into that season of releasing those things that don't serve us, that negative thinking, and just a lot of wonderful work that I love this season. I'm also kind of a spring person, and just that idea of moving towards spring and what do I need to let go of? What needs to happen for me to really embrace the new season, embrace that Easter resurrection with my best self. So welcome to Lent. And we have 14 people watching online today. Apparently they were rather shy about putting their name on. We only have Tom from Edmonds. Thank you, Tom. But we love the rest of you as well. And so if you'll join me and just look at this camera over here and the wonderful Fran. Thank you, Fran, for all your work. And we'll just say to our online viewers and part of our family, we see you. We love you. We send you blessings today. Thank you for being here. Yes, wonderful. And thank you for being here. Lovely to look around at all these bright faces. So we will start today, surprise, as we always do, with reminding ourselves of our mission statement. This is the foundation of what we are, what we do, why we do it. We'll come to our vision statement rather in a moment. But so our mission statement, practical spirituality, welcoming community. And I really hope that everyone here experiences both of those things today, welcoming as well as some practical tools that you can take home and work with. And we like to support the mission statement with our values statement. We have 7 of them. Today we're doing number 1. We offer a metaphysical teaching which encourages regular spiritual practice, including prayer, meditation, affirmation, denial, service, and study. So that is one of the ways that we do what we do. If you will now join me as we say our invocation, and you can join me by reading aloud, you can join me by reading silently, or simply by closing your eyes and letting this wash over you. So our invocation goes like this. Though imaged and named variously, there is a singular and eternal ground of being from which all life emanates and into which all life retreats. We choose to call this ground of being God. By extension, we come to understand that we are spiritual in nature, human in expression, and limitless in potential. We gather today to remember such truths, to celebrate our unity, and to honor all life. Thank you. It is my pleasure today to introduce our guest speaker. Reverend Doug Benecke is a lifelong musician and student of the human spirit. He holds a religion degree from Oberlin College, and he works daily as an addictions counselor. Doug and his wife, Sallie, who is here with us as well, have shared talks and music at Unity churches throughout the Pacific Northwest, and they, in fact, were visiting us here in Unity in Lynnwood not that long ago. So we are delighted to have them back. So please join me in giving a warm Unity in Lynnwood welcome to Doug and Sallie.
I was checking with my program director. Do I get up now? We're really grateful to be back together with you at Unity in Lynnwood today. You have made us all feel so much at home. So thank you. And speaking of at home, I'd like to invite all listening, present in the sanctuary and online, to try a thought experiment. I will caution you, this exercise may not be entirely comfortable. It may stretch us a bit, but let us please try. In this brief practice, you may choose to close your eyes if you find it helps. That's all up to you. I'll invite you to picture in your mind's eye your home and whatever precious objects you've collected in your lifetime on your journeys across our country, across our planet. You may and almost certainly do have beautiful furniture, cherished clothing, art objects, books, instruments, jewelry, tools, electronics. The list goes on. We are an affluent people. There is much to be grateful for. Now, and here's the challenging part. Please allow yourself to picture all these possessions, the vast bulk of your material life, having suddenly vanished, destroyed by fire or flood, windstorm, or other violent intrusion into our generally peaceful lives. Does such an imagining invoke fear, grief, anger, dismay? Possibly we may now have a sense of how more than 100,000 people in Southern California felt after fires devastated the region in January. How 10 million Ukrainians have been impacted throughout years of war on their soil, war continuing to this day. How nearly 2 million residents of the Gaza Strip have experienced war there. And how countless multitudes throughout history have come up against warfare, terror, atrocity, and near unbearable loss. When buffeted by such fates, when facing overwhelming bereavement, how may we cope? How would you handle such a personally tragic turn of events? How would I? I'll give you a hint, speaking just for me, probably not that well. We love our homes. They're our security. For many of us, our worth is tied up in our home, but they're an investment not just of our financial resources, but of our history, our family, our memories, our love. We feel toward our homes, I imagine, much like Mole felt in The Wind in the Willows, if you'll remember. I read this every year, I think. When rambling with his new friend, the water rat, he suddenly smelled his old home and could hardly stop himself from trying to find his way back to it. He said, "I know it's a shabby, dingy little place, but it was my own little home, and I was fond of it. I thought my heart would break." And our hearts would surely break, as so many have, were we to lose the homes we love so, and all else that we've accumulated. Accumulate, by the way, literally from the roots, means to heap up like a cumulus cloud. Picture a dragon's hoard of gold and other wealth. Though many of us have evolved to use shelves and cabinets and closets, etc., and no longer store our possessions in heaps. But I know one or two people that's their style. God bless them. Sallie and I are now in what will be a months-long process of disassembling one home and setting up another. And I know how much our hearts are breaking and reopening with each decision, each new task. But as Hazrat Inayat Khan wrote, God breaks the heart again and again and again until it stays open. A poet, Rhys Menefee, in a recent interview, speaks of how she can see God, love, and home as all the same thing, saying, to me, they're all interwoven. They're all dwellings in a sense. They're places the self resides. All three are tied to notions of belonging and permanence. With that comes a longing for safety and acceptance. Imagining how we might respond to the loss of our home, we may wonder if we could ever share the sentiment of the 17th century Japanese poet, Mizuta Masahide, who wrote, "My barn burned down. Now I can see the moon more clearly. My barn burned down. Now I can see the moon more clearly." How do we move from the normal, clinging, mainstream longing for home, safety, and security to this kind of consciousness? Now I can see the moon more clearly. Only through a spiritual process and a spiritual practice, one that may never end. It's expressed in this Rumi poem, The Guest House. This being human is a guest house. Every morning a new arrival. A joy, a depression, a meanness, some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all. Even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture, still, treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. Today I'm being grateful that I don't seem to be able to completely get over a little bit of that intrudes on my vocal production. I'm sorry. For most of us, let's admit it, all that we own, all that happens to us, and all that we're connected to, our homes, loved ones, families, our very identities, we think of not as a guest house, but as our house. And they're what we hold onto to steady us in life, what we use to anchor us. In the face of loss, we're challenged to learn new skills and new attitudes, what we might call anchor management. Thank you. We may just have to. Sometimes it's forced on us. As Red Green would say, Red Green fans, any? As Red Green would say in The Man's Pledge, I'm a man, but I can change. If I have to, I guess. Sometimes true foundational change only comes about when our foundations are shaken or destroyed. So what foundations may we build upon that are unshakable? On a fall day in 1976, I met Leslie, a dance teacher at my college. The first words I recall her saying, I'm pretty sure she was in front of the class pulling her tights on. She was wearing a leotard, you see, but she was pulling the tights over it. Nothing wrong with this. And she said these words, meditation is dying daily. Meditation is dying daily. I had no idea what that signified. Who was this person? What did these words mean? Leslie was my teacher, and later my friend, and you can tell I still am in a grieving process because she did leave the planet in the summer of 2020. By the way, we had a practice of backpacking, and I think we're going to get back to it every summer. And when we would go on a backpacking trip, we would come back and find out that Robin Williams had died. That there was that terrible violence in a suburb of St. Louis. I forgot the name right now. Another summer tragedy. And then we came back and we found out that Leslie had now died. And I said, we cannot go backpacking. Bad stuff happens when we go away. But through Leslie, I began to learn about meditation and how a spiritual path means letting go, dying to our desires and urges. From Leslie, I began to witness a way of serving and loving that was sacred and not selfish. I'm not saying I've integrated all that, for I have not. As a guest speaker, I may be able to pull off an imposture of someone who has for a moment. But get to know me, you'll find out. The lessons continue. You are all my teachers. And the moments I mess up, which are not infrequent, are evidently all in the lesson plan. But through knowing this person, this mentor, I began to think differently. In the ensuing years, each time I spoke in a cynical way, and to quote the Gospel of Lily Tomlin, I'm often tempted to say, no matter how cynical you get, it's impossible to keep up. But Leslie would invariably counter that with a hopeful spirit, an optimistic view of humans as good. She seemed to embody unity's second principle. Human beings are divine at their core and therefore inherently good. And certainly the great Albert Schweitzer, the humanitarian, musician, doctor, etc., whom I've been referring to each time I speak this year, because this is the year he would have turned 150, if only we live that long. Schweitzer kept his idealistic spirit. It did not wither in old age. In February of 1952, at age 77, Schweitzer wrote that for centuries, people just didn't believe we could really have peace on earth. We couldn't have it. He said it was viewed as something purely religious that could not be applied to reality. But actually, he said, it is something that should and must be realized. This can happen, he went on, only with the emergence of a new spirit that animates us. This spirit cannot be proclaimed in the world or cannot put an end to war if it does not first settle within us and begin its work. This spirit cannot put an end to war if it does not first settle within us and begin its work. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me? Did Jill Jackson, the lyricist for the peace song, read the 1952 article Schweitzer wrote for Svenska Morgenbladet, the Stockholm newspaper, as so many of us have? Perhaps, but I think rather that they were drinking from the same well, which flowed with a spirit of peace in that post-war decade. And this is the spirit that transcends, that must surpass our inevitable individual attachments to all we take for granted, our lives as they are, our homes. By the way, with their indoor plumbing, I do a gratitude practice every day, and I looked it up so I would know when I sent the text out to my gratitude text thread. 60%, 60, of the humans on the planet do not have reliable indoor plumbing. I was surprised that number is so high. So my larger point is this transcendent spirit helps us to surpass our individual attachments to what we take for granted, our lives, our homes, our goods, our stuff. This force of compassion, selflessness, peace, love, God. This is what may open our eyes to a higher vision, to a new world of love and service. I want to tell you a story about a disciple of Schweitzer's, my great teacher, Albert Schweitzer, and a disciple who responded to that higher vision. His name was William Larimer Mellon. His friends called him Larry. And he was a member of the wealthy, some would say robber baron, Mellon family of Pittsburgh. Larry Mellon had set up a cattle ranch in Arizona in the 1940s using money, because he had a lot, when he read an article about Schweitzer. And all at once, his life changed. He told his new wife, Gwen Grant Mellon, "I think I'll become a doctor and practice in the underdeveloped world," which is what Schweitzer had done. To which she has said to have replied, "You're right. We don't want to sit around looking at the damn cows all our lives." Mellon was 37 years old. His wife, Gwen, 36. It is an unusually mature age to begin medical school. The current average is around 23. Albert Schweitzer, after earning 2 doctorates and becoming a leading organist in Europe, and I could go on forever, did a lot of stuff. He began to train in medicine at age 30, and people thought he was crazy. Mellon, after being turned down by various medical schools, was able to enroll at Tulane in New Orleans, earning his MD at 44. During his training, his wife Gwen studied tropical medicine and hospital administration. He used his family fortune to set up a hospital in Haiti, Hôpital Albert Schweitzer, Haiti, which remains in operation to this day, supported by the Mellon family. Mellon's choice was to not hold on to all he'd been given, to refuse to stay rooted in a life that was secure, to push into unexplored areas at an age when few would begin training for a new career, let alone that of a doctor of medicine. He chose, like Schweitzer, to train and to serve. Mellon lived and worked at his Haitian hospital until his death in 1989. Correspondence with Schweitzer became an ongoing source of inspiration for him. Gwen Grant Mellon outlived her spouse, directing operations at the Hôpital until she left the world stage in the year 2000. At her wish, she was interred on the hospital grounds alongside her husband in the burial style of the poorest citizens of Haiti, in a cardboard box. Someone put their hand on their heart, and I felt the intensity of what they did with their lives. They chose to just give up their wealth and serve. Being buried in a cardboard box makes me think of Schweitzer, by the way. When asked by a reporter why, when he was in Europe, he always traveled third class on the train, he said, because they no longer offer fourth class. The Mellons' remarkable approach to anchor management was to use all they'd been given in order to serve. Schweitzer wrote to Mellon in February of 1948, saying he thought that in the world we truly could find a spirit capable of guiding humanity toward a new future. I think that those who work toward this new future, he wrote, will form a group and will have a significant influence due to the power of truth in the cause that they serve. We may take that as an invitation, if we so choose, to continue to work toward this new future, holding lightly onto all we own, what we call ours. Whatever we've been given is not really ours, not permanently. Neither our bodies, nor our homes, nor land, or our most cherished objects. It's more like we've leased them. Richard Rohr, the Franciscan priest and really sort of mendicant, reminds us it's all a gift. When we live in the mindset of divine presence, we stop weighing and evaluating what we give against what we receive. We stop the quid pro quo that is so popular in the mindset of our culture, never more than today. This is hard to do, Father Richard teaches, unless we've consciously experienced infinite mercy and therefore realize it's all a gift, all the time. And what we've been given will be taken from us at some point. It's only a question of when. Swami Satchidananda expressed it this way: realize that nothing is yours. You didn't come with anything, and you're not going to go with anything. Things were given to you along the way. At a certain period, things and people came to you. At a certain period, they might go again. So what is this mine business? Many minds bring many explosions. Swami Satchidananda's words. The fact is, the moment we're born into this precious life, the seconds tick by until the ultimate letting go. That is when our lives truly are burnt to the ground, and all that we thought was ours is ours no longer. The self that owned all those things leaves the stage. As Suzuki Roshi, founder of the Tassajara Zen Mountain Center, said, "Life is like stepping onto a boat which is about to sail out to sea and sink." That made no sense when I first heard it. 40-some years later, it has meaning. I've grown into it. Songwriter Bruce Cockburn holds that whatever happens, it's not the end. We'll meet again at the Festival of Friends. That feels true to me. From the embers of all we've tried to hold on to and have lost, in this school we call our lives, from the crucible of this world, after our ashes have dissolved to atoms, we will rise again. The shape we may wear is hidden from our view now, when we see through a glass darkly. But when at last we lie down for our final sleep, we will somehow still be a part of the exchanging flow, a part of God. This I believe. That is what we are today and have been all along, though fear and clinging may have separated us from our divine birthright. We are all in God's hands, all God's children. Please let us remember that daily. And let us together, moment by moment, in joy and in sorrow and in whatever comes into the guest house, reach out in love to create a world anew.
We rise again from ashes, from the good we tried to do. We rise again from ashes to create ourselves anew. Now if all our world is ashes, how must our lives be true? We rise again from ashes, then offering to you. We offer you our failures, offer you attempts, gifts not fully given, some dreams not fully dreamt. Give our stumbling direction, our vision's wider view. It's an offering of ashes, an offering to you. then rise again from ashes. Let healing come to pain. Though spring may turn to winter and sunshine turn to rain, the rain will use for growing to create the world anew. From an offering of ashes, this offering to you. Thanks be to the Spirit that guides us on our way. Thanks for love and kindness found in each passing day. The living light of God still shining bright and bold and true. We rise up from the ashes with an offering to you. We rise up from the ashes with an offering to you.
Thank you, Doug and Sallie. Great talk and great singing. Thank you. As we give freely, openly, and with love, the universe responds with infinite abundance. We offer opportunities to practice giving and receiving that we might cooperate with the reciprocal nature of the spiritual universe. In other words, while your giving matters to us, we suggest your giving matter to you as well. Thank you. Electronic giving options will appear on your screen. For those choosing to give a physical gift, the ushers will gratefully pass the baskets. If you would like information about UIL's programs of regular giving, planned giving, or legacy giving, please grab a Giver Circle brochure or write the Board of Trustees directly. For those already participating, we extend a special thanks. Please join me in our affirmation as it appears on screen. I give freely and fearlessly, fulfilling the law of giving and receiving.
Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say, that we rest in God and say amen.
I'd like to extend a warm welcome to everyone visiting for the first time. If you would like to raise your hand, please do. If not, you don't have to. Otherwise, we would like to greet you. Do we have anybody that's willing to raise their hand? Okay, well, that's okay. For those of you that are newer, we do have the undated copy of the Daily Word, and you can pick that up at the Soul Things Books and Gift Store. Kim will be there, and she'll be glad to give you a copy, or you can meet me at the Welcome and Information Station right in the back there, and I will be glad to give you one, okay? And if you look in your seat backs, if you haven't seen them already, and I know we have, they are fabulous. You can take notes, credit card giving, prayer request. All right. And you are invited to come to the Friendship Hall after service today. The youth have some great things to give us. Now for our invitations. Sunday, March 16th, 12:30 p.m., Town Hall. Please join us for an important Town Hall meeting where we will continue our discussion on the minister search and explore the direction we want to take our community. Your point of view matters, and we want to hear from you. Tuesdays, March 18th through April 15th, join our 5-part Unity prayer class starting on March 18th, led by Dana Consuelo and Barbara Thorpe. This is a wonderful opportunity to get to know members of our supportive community while sharing in the practice of prayer. Sunday, March 23rd, 12:30 p.m., Introduction to Nonviolent Communication. Thursdays, April 3rd through May 22nd. Join Reverend Denise for the Quantum Living Training. Special discounts available for Unity in Lynnwood community members. Saturday, April 5th, 6 p.m. Dinner with others, and this is fun. I suggest you guys all sign up. As we reignite our interfaith program, Unity in Lynnwood is honored to collaborate with Northwest Interfaith Community Sanctuary, and Call of Compassion Northwest for an inspiring evening. Dinner with others. We are all members of the human family, yet we often walk through life as us versus them divided, distant and polarized. This dinner is an opportunity to bridge those gaps, to transform others into friends, and to foster understanding through shared conversation and connection. Come with an open heart, leave with a deeper connection. As part of our communications strategic plan, there will be a board member available in the back of the sanctuary every Sunday service to answer any questions you may have about UIL policies, finances, or minister transition process. I will be happy to continue to answer all general questions about UIL, UIL events, and church operations. The board ambassador will be wearing a hat so you can recognize them. Do we have the person with the hat? Oh, okay, you'll be back there. You're not going to wear the hat. Okay, that's fine. We invite all of you or the women, to the women's group. Please talk to Tori Horseman. Tori? Okay. The meeting will be held in the family room at 12:30. And I invite Dana to the platform.
It's really short. Don't worry. Good morning. So I have a question for you.
Do you feel a calling to deepen your spiritual practice and be more of a compassionate presence for others? Well, if so, then I invite you to consider joining our chaplain team. As a part of prayer ministries, you will hold sacred space, offer affirmative prayer, and be a source of love and support in our beloved community. This sacred service not only blesses others, but it also blesses you, deepens your own connection to Spirit, and will strengthen your faith. The training we offer to help prepare you for this ministry is the upcoming affirmative prayer class that begins, as Francis said, Tuesday, March 18th, and the chaplain training held in mid-May. All that is required is a willingness to learn, an open heart, and an enthusiasm to serve. If you're feeling an intuitive nudge to say yes, then I'd love to share more details with you, and I'll be available to answer questions at the welcome station with the board member. I'll wear the hat.
Oh, thank you, Dana. Yeah, it's a beautiful service. So, oh, there's some good hats. Yeah, and it really is, I encourage everyone to just head to that welcome and information station. Even, I mean, should in the rare instance you would not want to talk to Francis or Nancy or Dana, which I encourage you to talk to all of them, there's some fabulous literature back there. The Lent book that Francis read from in the beginning, that's free for any, it's our gift to you. There's a bunch of other Unity literature. There's community announcements of things going on. So lots of good stuff. So just train yourself to swing by that on your way out. So we will close today with our Unity Statement of Faith, which reads, "There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the infinite, living, loving presence of God." What a good reminder to take with us in the week. There is only one presence. There is only love. And we also have prayer chaplains to help reinforce that. And if you have any specific prayers or celebrations that you would like to share with a prayer chaplain, they will be up here in the front after service. And if I could ask our prayer chaplains for today, if they would wave or stand. I see a purple stall here. I see Amanda and Marge. Thank you so much for your service. And if you are part of our online audience and would like prayer, you can write prayer at unityinlynnwood.org. Send us your phone number, and a prayer chaplain will call you back within 24 hours. So no matter where you are, here or anywhere else in the world, you can get prayer. So I think that is it for today. We will close, as we always do, with our benediction song. Thank you.
May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the beauty